Good morning, mi gente. It's 9 a.m. I know, gay people and an LGBTQ plus Kiki at 9 in the freaking morning. Wait a minute. It is 9 in the morning. What the hell? Why? Whose idea was that? Oh, yeah, no, it was my idea. Yeah, that's why I'm still in bed with my bug and my gay boy. Me? I'm FayWhat, and I'm going to help you get your week started off right. We have lots of fun things to talk about. It's going to be a great week.
Gay boys, hashtag that girl. Sunbeams, drag queens, L-word. Is that girl the girl of all our dreams? She's everything that every girl should be. Aqua, South Beach, hashtag that girl. Pride-filled, T-dance, Wilton. Is that girl Latina, but she's universal too. If you find a girl to love, only one girl to love, then she'll be that girl too. That girl.
Presented by Hotspots Magazine, happening on television network, The FayWhat Show is America's first LGBTQ plus morning show, and I'm broadcasting live and also available on demand on your favorite streaming channels. It is Monday, September 2nd, 2024. Happy Labor Day to all who work. And you know what? And all who don't work, all right? Because life is hard. It's kind of like a job, you know? So let's kiki about what's going on in the LGBTQ plus community. I have a sidekick joining me in bed for some conversation. What did you think I was talking about? It's Alex Tikas. I mean, I've heard he's got a ginormous schlong, and I wouldn't even know what to do with that.
So rude.
Anyway, our first segment is called Gay Boys Sleep Late. And this morning, I'm joined by my gay guy pal, adult performer, and star of For the Love of DILFs on Out TV, Alex Tikas. Follow him on his adults-only Twitter at Alex_Tikas. And catch him as he bartends at the famous Eagle Wilton Manors. Good morning, Alex, and welcome back to my bed, boo.
Good morning.
How are you? Happy Labor Day.
Happy Labor Day. I work it. I'm working it. Are you working it?
You're working it. Listen, happy belated birthday. I know it was a couple of weeks ago, but I hadn't seen you since your birthday.
51 years old.
51. You know, somebody told me the other day that, like, after 50, something clicks in your mind where you give less shits about stuff. Is that true?
At 40, you don't give a shit anymore.
Okay.
And at 50, you really don't give a shit anymore. Oh my God. I've heard about your reputation in Wilton Manors. Tell me.
Like, now I want to hear about it.
I want to hear all about it.
Where it's like in your 20s and your 30s, I think that, like, you get kind of butthurt, right? When people talk shit about you.
You're like so desperate to... I'll speak for myself. When you're in your 30s, you really, 20s, 30s, you really have something to prove. And you have all this fucking energy. And when you're 50, you don't have to prove anything. I don't have the energy anymore.
And you meet people, right? And right there in that first meeting, you're like, this person's going to be way too much work. I'm good. We'll stay as acquaintance. Hello. Yeah. And we keep on going.
Nice to meet you. Okay. But no, you can't come over.
No, you can't have my Netflix password.
No, you can't.
No, you can't. You can't. That's it. It's done. But happy birthday, baby. And you were in PV.
I was in PV. It's so freaking hot down there. You think it's hot here? You are like literally melting into nothing down there. It's so hot.
Oh my God.
But Puerto Vallarta is beautiful.
Okay, but you also went during summer, Mr. Tikas, where it is the hottest there ever.
Oh my God, but still, like, you want to go, the beach is like,
beautiful.
What's the point of going to the beach? It's got to be in the summertime, you know?
Yeah, no, I get it. I remember going to PV for the first time a couple of years ago, and they were selling electrolytes at every corner, right? And I'm like, I don't get it. Why do they want the kids to be so, to have all, because, all the electrolytes have this little baby in the front of it, right? So I'm like, why? No, but then I almost died. So now I'm telling you. So then I almost got heat stroke. I'm not one that sweats a lot, Alex, but I was dying in PV.
Yeah,
I was in the Malecón, and there was like, no wind. It was nothing. I was just like, don't touch me, don't talk to me, don't whisper to me. I can't.
No, the heat. I'm like, what's going on? My head was just sort of like, I need to go to the hotel. I need to sleep.
Yes.
Oh my God.
It's allowed.
You need to talk to your producers or your sponsors, whoever, and get your ass over to Beef Dip.
Beef Dip.
In Puerto Vallarta in January.
I love that.
Because that is your...
people.
That is your,
yeah.
Oh my God. You in the middle of the beef dip.
Is that anything like pig dance? Because I enjoy that.
It's like the pig dance, but it's like it's kind of like that, but with a pool.
Okay, I'm so there. I'm so there. All right, let's talk about some stuff that's going on, all right? Let's talk about Phil Donahue, all right? So following Phil Donahue's demise last month, LGBTQ plus fans are honoring the late journalist for his groundbreaking coverage of gay rights and the AIDS crisis. The 88-year-old talk show host and 8-time Daytime Emmy winner was a true ally. From inviting a, quote, real live homosexual on his show in 1968, all right? Can you say Stonewall? To discussing AIDS with activist Larry Kramer in 1982. Donahue broke new ground on daytime TV. He also hosted the first GLAAD Media Awards in 1990 and won Media Person of the Year that year. Donahue's fearless advocacy offered visibility and hope, moving the needle on LGBTQ plus rights and representation. Phil Donahue was an ally. Rest in peace, sir. What are we all talking about? So I've always wanted to do this, Alex. I've always wanted to be a talk show host. I've always wanted to be talking about current events and entertainment and stuff like that. And I remember being a kid seeing Oprah. I remember being a kid seeing Phil Donahue, Ricky Lake, seeing all these people, right?
Yeah.
And I gravitated to Phil Donahue and Ricky Lake because they were the ones that would put up LGBTQ plus people. I think I saw my very first trans person on one of those shows, you know? And at that time, I still wasn't sure about my sexuality, where I was going with that, right? Fast forward to now, in 68, in 82, he was so far before his time. Yeah. Before it was cool to be an ally of our community, he was doing these things.
I remember he was I call him one of my babysitters, but one of my hot dad babysitter, because at 4:00, Monday through Friday on NBC, Phil Donahue would go on, then Oprah came on ABC, but they started competing with each other. I remember the club kids from New York going on there.
Yes.
I remember, I remember homosexuals.
Because that's, you just, when you're young and you're gay, you don't really know where you fit, and you don't really know, is this real? Is this, people are telling you you're abomination, and that it's a phase, and and then you see on TV, you're validated, so to speak.
Yeah, and he was, he just made it okay. You exist, you're okay. There's nothing, I always got sort of comfort just listening to him and learning.
And learning. Well, and that's it. He was educating people that probably maybe didn't have or didn't know they had gay people in their family, And honestly, my last comment is just, he didn't have to. He was a white cisgendered man that, He
was white. He was
very white, very white. He didn't have to stand up for us, right? And yet he did. And during that time, and still even now, birds of a feather, he would get shit like that, right? Yeah. Oh, you have gay people on your show, you must be gay too, Yeah. And instead of saying, I won't do that again, he kept.
And he was married. He was married to Marlo Thomas, and Marlo Thomas had, St. Jude's, and it was just sort of this giving couple. This giving couple, yeah.
Yeah. Rest in peace, dude.
Rest in peace.
Next, at a Philadelphia rally, Vice President Kamala Harris introduced Minnesota Governor Tim Walz as her running mate and highlighted his history of LGBTQ advocacy. At the DNC, so much highlighted his incredible diversity, including stories about 1999 as a teacher and a football coach. Walz supported the school's first gay-straight alliance, making it a safe place for everybody. Jacob Wrighton, a gay student at the time, praises Walz for fostering inclusivity and opposing bullying. Walz's advocacy for LGBTQ plus rights continues as he encourages equality and a better path forward for America. Watch this.
Schools are microcosms of society, and in many cases, it's your last opportunity to share that socioeconomically, racially, and across the board. I had students come to me who were concerned that there was an uptick in some bullying towards our gay and lesbian students. And this is in the mid-90s. They asked if I would be interested in helping start a gay-straight alliance group. My answer was absolutely. And I recognized my responsibility in that. You have an older, white, straight, married male football coach who's deeply concerned that these students are treated fairly and that there's no bullying. And the idea that my players would be interested in coming to that and learn and to speak, to create a culture in a school that was welcoming, open, and understanding was something Gwen and I always strove for. Much the same way that as the senior enlisted soldier in Congress, when it came time to repeal Don't Ask, Don't Tell, my job was to go and convince a dozen or so Republicans that this was the right thing to do. We did that, and I'm very proud of those 15 who joined us. We have transgender troops serving honorably right now, decorated warriors, and they see their commander-in-chief belittle them. Brave Americans who wish to serve this nation should be allowed to do so, should be respected, and certainly should never expect to have an attack on their basic patriotisms or their basic humanity come from the White House. It's our pledge here to make sure that doesn't happen. I certainly didn't serve 24 years to watch a fellow veteran be belittled for doing their job, and I will stand in that breach every day. Lots of people are making promises about a progressive agenda. Peggy Flanagan and I are the only team for governor and lieutenant governor who can actually deliver on those progressive promises. And we can because we've done it in the past.
Tim Walz helped LGBTQ plus students. What are we all talking about?
We're talking about that plaid shirt. Like, I bet he's like owned that for like the last 30 years.
You know what I was
but
thinking?
That's who, like, you know what I mean?
What I was thinking about that plaid shirt was like, you know, you had me because you were dressed like a lesbian. So I was like all about it. You had the plaid shirt and the haircut. I was like, I'm in.
Let's build a shelf.
Let's build a shelf. Let's take out the IKEA instructions right now.
Look at him. But like, look at him. It's just like, you can talk to this guy. Like,
yeah.
Who do you think is going to listen to you when you talk to them? Who's going to remember your name?
Yeah.
Like, who's going to remember, oh, you're John Smith. Even if your name is John Smith, he's going to remember your name is John Smith. Like, that's the guy and for this non-typical guy another white cisgendered senior.
Yes.
Building a gay straight alliance and his, like, having the sort of like the mental capacity to be open to something like that.
Well, and to think of others before yourselves.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, that's why I don't understand why teachers get paid what they get paid and all the shit that they have to go through. Because, I mean, think about it. There's so much toxic masculinity when it comes to football, right? At whatever age.
Of course,
and he is a football coach, right? Talking to these football players saying, you know, gay straight alliance is exactly that. Is gay people and straight people coming together for the greater good, right? Allies and gay people alike. And so I could just imagine him talking to his football athletes, just, you know, being against bullying, like all these things that we're still fighting for now, Alex, you know?
You think like these varsity jocks in Minnesota. Right. Are like, you think about what they should be stereotypically and what they're being taught not to be, you know, not to be. And like, it's amazing, you know, it's just
when I saw the pic, you know, again, you know, Kamala Harris announced her running mate a few weeks ago, and we're talking about it now because I didn't want to let that go, right? Like, I'm so excited about this team. I'm voting for them. I am blessed that I get to say on my show who I endorse and who I like, right? A lot of people that work for media aren't allowed to just voice who they really are voting for. You know, I've got really good friends that work at networks that unfortunately they can't post about who they want to vote for, blah, blah, blah. That's not the case for me. I'm voting for Kamala all the way, right? You know, you're not going to stop me. So,
I wonder who you're voting for.
Kamala, you know, but so like when she announced him and I saw his picture, I was like, okay, white guy, right? I knew she wasn't going to pick Pete Buttigieg because we weren't ready for that yet. I knew we weren't ready, you know? Right. But when I saw his face, I was like,
though.
I know.
He's coming.
Okay, and we didn't, and I was happy that she didn't choose him because it's not the right time for him.
No.
Right?
No.
But then this guy talks. Like, he talks and he's likable and he's knowledgeable and he's doing things and, you know,
creates policy to like feed kids lunch. Like, and like people are like, I mean, how can you be a bad person?
How can you be a bad person? They were calling him the tampon boy because he was giving tampons, right? He was allowing girls in high school access to tampons for free. Like, how is that a bad thing? Men don't usually think about it.
He's talking to people, like there's like thousands of people in that stadium, and it's like you're in his living room and he's talking to you. You know what I mean?
You know, when have you, okay, so like personally, I have told you folks before that I didn't get into politics or knowing anything about politics until Trump wanted us all, right? And that's when I was like, okay, I need to start knowing what the hell, you know, is going on around me, right? But I've never sat and watched a whole week of DNC.
Oh my God.
Like, that was me. I was like, oh my God, who's coming up today? We didn't get Beyonce. I was a bit upset about that. But we got everything else from Kerry Washington to Prince music to John Legend to just, you know, I mean, Michelle Obama and Obama and Yeah, when he did the hand thing.
That was clever.
No, he did that. But he did it so very je ne sais quoi. Like, he just did it in such a way that, like, you didn't get the dick joke, but you got the dick joke.
They're being so nasty to me, Trump's like, they're being so nasty. They're being so nasty. Everybody's telling me not to be nasty, but they're being so nasty to me. Shut up. Just talk about something. Like, say something that is valid, you know?
No.
All the guy does is, like, bitch and complain about how people mistreat him. You're like the president. They're gonna pummel you.
And he's
he's
the biggest bully in life, Alex.
So
it's just that he doesn't have a lot of substance to go, oh, she's an awful person. She's gonna ruin everything. That's all he can say about Kamala.
Yeah, Kamala. What does he call her? Comrade. Calls her Comrade Kamala. Right? Comrade Kamala. Like, you know, Sleepy Joe Biden.
Yes.
Whatever.
He has names
like,
for everybody.
Yeah. But, like, all of a sudden you're peeking on me. Like, you just want to, like, God, I don't understand. Like, it's like Trump and, forgive me, we're not allowed to say, but Trump and radioactive cockroaches. It's just sort of like, they will always be here. They're
Seriously,
never, it's
just
like,
go away.
Go away.
Go away, radioactive cockroaches, and
imagine?
take Trump with you.
He's gonna lose the election, knock on wood, and he's gonna try to run again at 86. That would be so awesome. Can you imagine?
Listen. Somebody, I can't remember what comedian said it, because I'm not going to take it as my own joke like most comedians do, right? But a comedian had said, you know, the country is gonna leave Trump for a younger woman. You know, something that he's been doing for years and years.
Oh my God.
You know?
Where's Melania? Where are his children? Where is anybody in this family? Nobody's
hiding.
there.
Where are all the celebrities that have always gone out for him? Nobody. Nobody.
Who spoke it as who are the celebrities that spoke? I can't think of.
For him, just the ex guy.
Like Ted Nugent, who was it?
No, Elon Musk has spoken to him. J.K. Rowling, all the people that I just like. That's it.
I wonder what Elon Musk's priorities are in being and having Donald Trump be his, but look, that's not going to make me pay taxes. No. That's all he cares about.
No, that's it. Oh, God. The FayWhat Show is part of one of the largest LGBTQ plus media companies in America, and Hotspots Magazine has been documenting the LGBTQ plus experience for 40 years. And Happening Out Television Network has been bringing you daily LGBTQ plus news, talk shows, and more for 4 years. In the same model of PBS and NPR, we are a nonprofit 501c3 organization whose mission is to educate and serve the LGBTQ plus community. Next, at the FayWhat Show, we need to help my gay boys. And in our segment, Dear FayWhat, I provide my expert lesbian knowledge and my vast experience as a living, breathing gay boy in a lesbian's body to help my fellow gay boys. This week, Shocked Schuster sent me an email. Say that 3 times.
Shocked Schuster.
Okay. Dear FayWhat and Alex Tikas, I've been hooking up with this guy from my gym for the past few months. It started as a steam room thing at... Okay, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that, Jim. But I'll say that it's not far from here, all right? I started inviting him back to my place since I only live a few blocks away. The last time he was over, he casually dropped the bomb. Apparently, he's in a relationship with a woman and they have a kid together.
Yes!
He's never said anything about this before. He doesn't wear a wedding ring, and obviously, I never thought to ask, but maybe I should have. I have no idea if she knows he messes around with guys, but I'm guessing not. Honestly, the whole thing feels messy. But at the same time, I actually don't want to stop hooking up with him. Is that totally immoral? Should I just figure out an exit strategy? Shocked Schuster. All right.
Do you live in Wilton Manors?
Sure sounds like it. It sure sounds like it. I'm just saying. What do you think?
I don't know. He's dating. He has a wife and a kid, but the sex is really hot. Should I stay? I don't know. I mean, I didn't know he had a wife and a kid. He was too busy doing other things with his mouth, and he couldn't say it.
My kid's about to go into middle school. No,
right.
None of that came up.
Doesn't matter. Ugh.
What do you think?
Well, if for me, there's an ethical slut. You know what an ethical is? Mm-hmm. Like, telling me you have a wife and a kid. If I didn't know, I didn't know. If you're walking around in go-go shorts and like a pink tank top, I'm going to assume you're gay. You know, but if I didn't know, I didn't know. And once I do know, I think it's a little creepy for me.
Okay.
You know,
so you're an ethical hoe.
Because hot sex you're going to find hot sex again.
Anywhere.
You're going to find another hot guy.
Yeah.
It's going to be, but just knowing that, even knowing that they have especially in this freaking town, to be the guy that is sleeping around with another guy's boyfriend or with another guy's
wife or whatever. Someone's going to find out.
Someone's going to find out. And it's not even just the finding out part. It's like, people, aside from the fact that people can't wait to put you in the middle of that kind of gossip.
Yeah.
Just thinking about it for me, I don't want to be that wife.
No, because you're an ethical hoe.
I don't want to be that kid. And I kind of like, it's something to be said about the guy doing that to his wife and his kid. I mean, it's another thing if the guy has a boyfriend and they're like fucking around behind each other's back and they're both like,
Yeah. There's an understanding or whatever, but
I mean,
but I don't know. Like, I mean, I think that would like take away my sex drive. It would be like, oh, wife, kid.
Exactly. Like,
you know what I mean?
You're the guy that's doing that. No, not for me.
Okay. Well, dear Shocked. Okay. So learning more about a casual hookup can be like, I don't want to know. You know, after all, at the end of the day, Mr. Steam Room is actually a fully formed human with a potentially complicated set of circumstances at home. It can be scary when the truth comes out and might even ruin the whole fantasy of it all, right? However, it's ultimately going to be up to you to decide what feels right for you moving forward. The interesting thing about your situation is that Mr. Steam Room actually came forth with the information that he's with a woman and he has a kid. For whatever reason, he feels comfortable telling you. And I think that actually says a lot about a person. Clearly, no matter what the arrangement he has with his partner and whether or not he is out to her as bisexual, perhaps, he feels open enough to share it with you and not keep things hidden from you, okay? As for having a kid, I don't think that necessarily means his sex life should be over, but it does probably indicate he's pretty invested in his relationship with his woman. And hooking up with you is just physical. It's definitely messy if someone is cheating and you're caught in the middle, but in this case, you'll probably want to find out more before deciding what to do next, all right? Has he told his girlfriend, wife, partner, and if she's okay with it, like Alex said, then it's not cheating? Or is this something that he's totally fine doing without approval? If so, it's up to him, not you, to figure out all the complicated crap. As long as you're clear that this relationship isn't going to be romantic and you don't fall for him, okay? Don't fall for him.
Don't do it.
All right? I don't see a need to necessarily run, unless it's messing with you and it's wearing you down and it's not allowing your penis to work, okay? Yeah. If that's the case, then you might have to say goodbye, all right? But enjoy it. It's fun. Enjoy Mr. Steam Room. There are lots of gay boys out there that wish they had a Mr. Steam Room, all right?
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Thank you for the email, all right? What is the opposite of an ethical hoe? I'm sorry, I have to ask.
Just like a narcissistic sociopath.
Hoe.
A hoe.
Hoe.
Yeah, a hoe.
All right.
A hoe for the money hoe.
A hoe for the money hoe. Got it. All right. So Alex, what is up with you this week? Now, so you just worked Labor Day weekend, which was probably crazy at the Eagle.
Busy
Do you now take a couple days off this first week of September or no?
No, actually, I've decided to start filming again. I haven't filmed in about a year.
Shut up!
So I've decided to start. Just dipping my big fat toe back into the business, just sort of slowly
dipping something. We'll say that.
So I started to start doing that, and things are forming in my mind.
Okay.
But I'm busy at the bar because I started regenerating my Twitter. I started moving. I'm making money. There's a lot cooking that I don't want to jinx.
No, please don't. Listen, the only good thing about Twitter right now is that you're able to do that. All right. Anything else is crap on there, on X. Excuse
Twitter.
Me,
but you can say whatever you want about Elon Musk but the porn on Twitter is pretty good.
Well, that's the place to go. If I hadn't deactivated my account, I would be on there because it has obliterated Pornhub. Yeah. You can see everything on Twitter.
And they're not doing a 30-minute clip. It's not. They're doing full-on movies now.
A full movie right there on Twitter. Anyway, but make sure that you re-up your subscription to his OnlyFans page because it's going to get good. It's going to get good. And let's talk about the Eagles renovation. I went in there the other day.
What did you think?
I went in there, see his Eagle shirt. I went in there the other day, just in passing, because I wanted to see the wall of my face. And
Of course she did. She looks so good. You need to look at that magazine. It's like, it's La Croix.
So
it's so beautiful.
It's very cute. It's not demure. It's not. It's not mindful or demure. So I went in there the other day, and there was so much space, and it looked so beautiful. And like, if you ever been to the Eagle, how it used to be, right? There was a bar, like right smack dab in the middle, and there was just like a weird pillar you had to go around. It's all spacious, all moved to the end. All I need to know is if the vault is still good. The happy room. The back room.
The code bar. The code bar is open. It is not. That's the only part that the floors have been a little bit refreshed in there, but that was the only bar that never closed. The boys got to get it out.
As it should
be.
But
yeah, they did a little feng shui and like a little anal rejuvenation.
Right?
It looks beautiful. The bear cave, which is all the way in the back of the bar, looks beautiful. There was a lot of thought and a lot of thought behind sort of like ergonomics, like just the flow of the bar.
Yes. Yes. So kudos to everybody at the Eagle and Chuck and all of you, because I mean, it just looks fantastic. And you know, those cruise ships are coming. They're right around the corner.
Love cruise ships.
Oh my God, those cruise ships, when they could dock, right? And I think Atlantis, is in Atlantis?
They are ready to go.
They are ready to go. Okay, that line at the Eagle is around the corner.
God. You gotta watch go on Netflix or whatever and find like gay cruise ship documentary. It's the most hilarious. Some of it's sad, but do you know they have like bulletin boards and they put things up on their doors and it goes, I'm a top. And when you go to these parties, you wear like little bracelets. I've never been on a cruise before, but you literally stamp yourself.
Yeah, or you put it on your door.
To let everybody know.
Or you put it on your door. Or some of these people, my friend Dino Mosquera, I love him, but he's a big hoe. And I don't think he's the good hoe. I think he's the unethical hoe. And he says that they tie things to the doors, they leave certain doors open.
Oh, please.
And they leave all doors open.
Sometimes there's a line out the door with the door open. Next, now taking number 12, now taking number 12.
And then they dock and then they go to you at Eagle. All right? If you're one of those people, have a great time. All right? Thank you, Alex, for joining me in bed, baby.
You,
I love you, my love.
Love you too.
Did you know that the Happening Out Television Network studios are located at Sunshine Cathedral Square, which also houses Sunshine Cathedral, the world's largest queer church located in Fort Lauderdale. We broadcast our Sunday service every week at 10:30 a.m. Goodbye. Let me show you my beautiful dog, Luna. I love her. And I wish I could take her on vacation with me.
She's so cute.
But I can't, right?
Get out of here, Luna.
Get out of here, my cute dog.
She's like, no, I'm the star.
She's like, to all you puppy people, look at this. Look at this beautiful dog. Ah, I love her. I love her. Right. So before I say goodbye, let me remind you that the Travel Club is planning Machu Picchu and Peru by train, departing on September 17th, 2025. And I'm going too. Ooh. We're going to be broadcasting shows at Machu Picchu, Lima, and a whole lot more. Join us if you love to have fun. Here, take a look at this. you there at Machu Picchu. So that's the FayWhat show. I hope that you had fun. Thank you so much to Alex Tikas for joining me in bed. He is just such an incredible human. You know, folks, I'm really passionate about trying to connect the L and the G in our LGBTQ plus community. I gotta tell you, it's often hard for us girls, but if we believe we are one strong community, then we must support all the letters of our LGBT and Q plus. We open every show with a nod to Mary Tyler Moore and That Girl's Marlo Thomas. This show is dedicated to a strong LGBTQ plus community. I just encourage you to be a little bit kinder, a little bit funnier, and embrace our tremendous diversity. It's what makes us so strong. Until then, make sure you follow me on all social media outlets, Facebook, IG, TikTok, YouTube. You know the drill. Follow FayWhat. And since you're always on the go, you can listen to the FayWhat show wherever you listen to your podcasts. Just search the FayWhat show. All right? And there you go. Until next Monday at 9 a.m. live or anytime on demand. I'm FayWhat, and I'm hashtag that girl. I wish you a week full of sunshine and rainbows. Stay gay.
Rainbows, gay boys, hashtag that girl. Sunbeams, drag queens, L-word. Is that girl the girl of all our dreams? She's everything that every girl should be. Aqua, South Beach, hashtag that girl. Pride-filled, tea-dance, Wilton. Is that girl Latina, but she's universal too. If you find a girl to love.
So, did you enjoy the show? I know you did. So make sure to click subscribe so you won't miss any of the events, news, or interviews right here on the FayWhat show. Ring the bell at the bottom of the screen, right there, so you'll be alerted every time we're live. You can also click on the Happening Out Television Network logo so you can see all of the shows on the most diverse LGBTQ plus media network. Find out just what we're doing to bring the L and the G together right here on the FayWhat show. Get the week started with me.